All right, guys. This is Chef Nathan Bates back here at Tavern on Kruse. We have a visitor from the non-quarantine section of the ocean. This is something I don't get to see every day. Something we certainly don't get to see every single day. Is a nice fresh whole halibut fish, and I'm going to show you guys how I break it down. There is two sides to this fish. It's a flat fish. It lives just like this. It has a big gnarly head and an eyeball right up on top, so it lives in this direction. So there's a fletch here, there's a fletch here, and then we flip it over, there is the same on the other side. This has the white belly skin there. The way that you do it is you are going to start making an incision up by the neck and then around the belly, and then we're going to cut right down and remove the fletch off the sides. So once we get this final fletch removed, we're going to have just bone structure and a little bit of skin, which is also good for flavor. Section it up, chop it up. I'll make a big batch for the Friday fish delivery, but I'll show you how to do a small batch today with just the skin. Okay, that's how you break down a whole halibut. Okay, now that we have a fletch, which is just a quadrant of the fish, we're going to do what's called portioning it. One of these we're going to set aside. I'm going to show you guys how to do the perfectly seared piece of halibut and to not be afraid of it and to embrace your inner searing skills. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to make our fish fumet. We're going to start with some of our chicken stock, some of our fish bone and skin products. And we're going to just kind of add it all into the pot and slowly simmer it until it's got a really nice, until it has a really nice sweet halibut aroma. Add them there. Good amount of white wine. We're going to add some lemon zest. These are some of the aromatics that I gleaned from our mushrooms for our risotto and our chives for cutting. So I'm just going to add those in. A little bit of sliced fennel and onion, and we'll finish later with a little bit of lemon juice. Preliminary, once we've got stuff, put it on the stove. This next segment of the video is very near and dear to me. These are some products from my wife and I's farm out in Newburgh called Hawk and Heron. Lots of edible garnishes, seasonal items, these beautiful leeks right here. This came out of the ground this morning. These chives are from the garden yesterday. And I picked a little piece of thyme. We're gonna put a little bit of this into our fumet. I'm also gonna cut this leek up, and we're gonna make a couple of different things out of the leek for our dish, blending seasonality to it. First, take the root off. It doesn't get any fresher than this right here. So then we're gonna put this into our fumet. Cut a little bit more of this green off for the fumet. With this leek, we're gonna create some of the garnish, which is some fried leeks, and then the rest of it we're going to saute and puree up in a little bit of mascarpone. We're going to use that as a finisher for our risotto. These up. Sauteing the leeks so that they start to soften, and then we will eventually make a puree out of that. Now we're going to strain out our fumet, get all the liquids separated from the solids. So crispy leeks is going to be our garnish. We're going to lightly fry them after we dust them in a little bit of flour. I'll show you how to do the process of making brown butter. So you start with whole butter, and then you're going to cook it until all the liquids and the solids are skimmed out, and then it starts to caramelize. It's kind of like when you're cooking eggs in a pan, in a really hot pan, you put butter in it, it starts to turn brown. We're going to do this in a much more controlled fashion. It's starting to boil. It's starting to cook all the liquid out. Once that's all gone, it's going to start increasing in temperature until it starts to caramelize. When our brown butter is done, it has a very nice nutty, caramely flavor, smell to it, and that's what's going to be used in our sauce. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to emulsify our brown butter into our fumet stock. It's going to create the sauce for the dish.
Hi guys, Chris again. I'm going to walk you through the risotto prep we're going to take care of for our fish entree right now. First thing, I'm going to break you through our ingredients, walk you through our ingredients. Have some basic cooking oil, our Oreo rice, rough chopped onion, and shallot and garlic that's really finely minced up, and some water. Our first step, pan leaving. I don't want my pan smoking hot. I want it pretty warm, but not smoking hot. Next, my onion.
If you ever need a topping, let me know. I'm mixing me in risotto myself.
We're going to make a little bit of a smear for the crostini, and it's just a little bit of goat cheese, roasted garlic, and cream cheese. Olive oil. Nice finishing olive oil, meaning you don't want to cook with it, you just want to use the nice flavor of it. What I'm going to do next is, I have some roasted beets I diced, a little bit of shallot, and then some gravlax that I had made. This is traditionally a Scandinavian dish. It is cured salmon with salt and sugar and dill and a lot of spices, and I use citrus zest in there as well. I'm going to add this to here. Some chives. We're going to mix up lightly our cured salmon and roasted beef. We're going to add some little bit of watermelon radish to our greens for a nice extra pop. Get right to it. A little bit of olive oil on the plate, something for fun. A little bit of aged balsamic. Right up on top of that. And that is our roasted beef and gravlax appetizer.
Wait, I was just asked because I want like a...
Alright, the next we're going to show you how to perfectly sear a halibut and how to tell when it's done, and how to make a nice brown sear on the top side. Alright, I'm going to start with a nice all-clad pan. Cast iron would work as well. We get it real hot, and we, like the scallops, we wait for the oil to show a little bit of smoke. When you're searing halibut, you want to sear the skin side up, and then what we call the picture side goes down into the pan. This is what we want to get the nice sear on, and you get the nice golden caramelization on there. So once your halibut's in the pan, that's a good move right there, okay? It's not sticking at all. If it does stick, be patient with it. Don't try to unstick it right away. It will literally unstick when it's ready to be unstuck. You have to continue to cook it, swirl the oil around, and even turn the heat up just a little bit. But be patient if it sticks. All right, our first side is seared. Nice caramelization. Alright, now that our halibut's finishing up, we're going to finish the risotto in a pan. Now we're going to finish our risotto. We're going to start with our par-cooked rice, stock, our leek and mascarpone puree, mushrooms, peas, and chives. We'll do a little bit of fresh thyme in there too. So with our halibut here, it's been sitting in the pan for about 3 minutes, 4 minutes after we seared it. Fresh chives. And voila! Perfectly prepared halibut.